In 1962, JFK got us thinking about what it would be like to go to the moon in his famous "We Choose" speech.
Man in his quest for knowledge and progress is determined and cannot be deterred. The exploration of space will go ahead, for the eyes of the world now look into space, to the moon and to the planets beyond. We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win.
In this speech, he didn't actually build any rockets, but he created the form of the myth that everyone was to gravitate to. And so too, this strategic launching is what I'm looking for in these road signs. With these road signs, we have 4 of our most familiar stars marked in the distance, which seems vaguely familiar. Instead of a kilometre, it's a petameter, which is a million kilometres. These 4 stars, besides being easy to spot, tell us a lot about the population of different stars out there, starting with Alpha Centauri, which is 41 trillion kilometres away, or 41 petameters away, is our nearest neighbour and consists of 3 stars, the smallest being a dwarf star, like the majority of stars in our galaxy, and it sports a planet. The other 2 stars in this 3-star system, one is slightly dimmer and one is slightly brighter than our star. Moving on to Sirius at 81 petameters away. This is a very bright, fast moving star, moving rapidly away from us, so it's getting dimmer as it moves further away. This is a blue, intense star, bright star, but it also has a companion dead star with it, so that's a 2-star system. Betelgeuse, some 6,000 petameters away, is a red giant. It's actually bigger than our solar system. And the next star, Rigel, which is 8,000 petameters away, is a system of 5 blue stars orbiting each other, and these are very intense blue hot stars. We can zip around space by using a computer program you can download into your computer called Celestia. Here we have it time sped up, looking at our Sun with the orbits in purple and the various planets orbiting at much higher speed than normal. We flick to Rigel Kentaurus A, which is Alpha Centauri, and then zoom into it at high speed. We can see in this animation that it's a double star system, and we can watch them orbiting. And we can enlarge that and see the heavier star has got a smaller orbit, and the lighter star, that's Alpha Centauri B, is flung around the more heavy star. We can then from there just type in Sirius and then travel to Sirius. You notice here, unusually, as seen from Alpha Centauri, when you look at Sirius, directly in the middle of Sirius is Betelgeuse, would eclipse it. Here it's a double star system as well. You've got Sirius A and the dead star Sirius B orbiting around the outside. We can then travel to Betelgeuse, a red giant. From there we can travel on to Rigel, all in 3 dimensions, in the safety of your own home, your own computer, with the program called Celestia. So we've found the 4 brightest, easiest to find stars and placed them on a road sign with their distances. You could possibly imagine travelling there. You could possibly imagine what they're like, particularly with the aid of computer simulations like Celestia. However, we still have a problem.
What did you do?
Nothing, I stirred the tanks.
Whoa.
This is Houston. Say again, please?
Houston, we have a problem.
The problem is that although we understand it, and although we can explain that understanding, we still can't communicate it. Astronomy, stars are distant and not relevant to our life. This is not to say that we are not capable of finding a solution. If you go back into the depths of history, you'll find that humanity has come up with solutions in the past. Stonehenge, stone circles, ceremonies, all relating to stars. That's what I'm aiming to do now, is find a model, a place, a situation and an experience which can communicate these ideas. Looking around, it seems to me that the newly refurbished Glenbrook Information Centre seems a place to start working on a solution. Intriguingly, there are already 3 scale conceptual models at the Visitors Centre. There is no one in particular driving this natural phenomena, but the scale models are there. Firstly, there's a history pathway, 1 to 1,000 scale, which has got sort of odd concepts labelled or set into the pathway. Then there's a 1 to 500 scale set of stairways which go up and down, listing the local villages. Finally, awesomely, there's a 1 to 1,000 scale playground, mimicking the super canyon you're about to see as you continue up the mountains. So what would a 1 to a trillion scale model of our local galaxy be like if it was situated in the Glenbrook Visitor Information Centre? Well, you'd have a scale model of our Sun, of course, this size, 1.3 millimeters across, scale to 1 to a trillion. You'd have the road sign distance there, and that would give people an idea of where they would find the next sun or the next star in the scale of 1 kilometre equals 1 petameter. Now, at this scale, our nearest star, Alpha Centauri Proxima, will be around Blackheath, 1 or 40 kilometres away. The next stars associated in that system would be further about 1 kilometre up the road. Then Sirius would be way out in Wyong, and Betelgeuse would be way into the Philippines, and Rigel, a scale model of Rigel, would be in Southeast Asia somewhere. So that's my idea, and that's the surprising thing, is that you come in, see this, get photographed, or buy yourself a little scale model of the Sun, possibly take a brochure giving you the roadmap distances, and you might perhaps go up at the end. 1 in 1,000 people might go up the road and actually visit the scale models of the other stars, and maybe 1 in a million people will go to Wyong to check the model of Sirius there, and even fewer people will go out and research the other ones. But it is an experience, an actual hands-on experience, and give you an idea of the scale and the sheer emptiness of space. It's a bit of a jaw-dropper of a concept to get your mind around. But if you think of it, we're building a spaceship or a conceptual ship experience for the average person to get an experience of astronomy.